Hey everyone, this is Erica Sabo. Welcome to another episode of My Bit. Hey everybody, so with October here, I really wanted to relish this month and really get into the spirit of Halloween, probably one of my favorite holidays ever. I just love dressing up, and most of all, I love being scared. I figure, you know what better way than to do a month-long spotlight on one of my favorite genres, horror games. Now, my history with the horror genre is quite varied. In terms of video games, I am an observer. I cannot play these games worth shit, but I get so scared just watching them and just being terrified. Of course, it depends on the game. There are certain ones that I can play if they're more multiplayer based, so I'm actually pushed more into the moment. Or if it's more of like an RPG setting, then I can do that. But if it's something where it's survival horror, probably not. Probably not if it's by myself, but I've grown to really respect and relish that that sense of fear, and just watching it. Like, I have more of a background in horror films specifically, particularly like Asian horror cinema, but there's also really amazing European horror films as well. Some of my favorites being, well, I really love Audition, Takashi Miike's amazing film. I love that. I would definitely call that horror. I love Evil Dead 2. I love Rec 1 and Rec 2. Let's see, Let the Right One In is a really great one, the original. And yeah, the list goes on. The list totally goes on. So maybe eventually I'll talk about horror films, but here I want to talk more about horror video games and what make them so scary. Of course, being in the moment is by far the scariest part, and being in that person's shoes and having to deal with that, like being in a haunted house kind of. But really, when you think about it, what made those games so terrifying? What aspects of those games were so terrifying? You know, was it the atmosphere itself? Was it the story? It could be a lot of different things, and that's why I thought, you know, this might be a really, really good thing to celebrate and something to really relish. So this idea was on my mind for a while now. I knew I wanted to do something really festive, considering this is going to be my first Halloween on my YouTube channel. I wanted to do something special, something seasonal, something that can set itself apart from any other time on my channel. So with Halloween, like I said, being one of my favorite holidays, I really wanted to do something very special in this moment. Now, perfect timing, but my friend Jamie Love, he did a really great lecture at the Black Museum in Toronto on the history of horror video games, and he went back all the way from the beginning of, you know, video games to the current gen games. And he covered a lot of really, really amazing gems. He also covered a lot of really horrible games that, you know, every single game had a special something about them, even if it was a terrible game. And I'm really glad that he highlighted the small ones just as much as he did the big ones, right? So I had a really amazing time, and I got some footage of it. And it was just, it was mind-blowing, you know, it was mind-blowing because it really reminded me of certain games that I might not have paid as much attention to, or, you know, games I had never even heard of. He's always been really amazing with that, and really amazing at just educating me. So Jamie, if you're watching this, thank you very much, and I'm really happy that you're able to do that lecture. I know how much you were looking forward to it, and how much knowledge, you have so much knowledge on this genre, so it was really, really, really cool. So I love Jamie's lecture so much. I did get some video footage for it that I did want to show you as sort of like a sneak peek of what it was like while we were there. So I hope you enjoyed. It was definitely a very fun, very inspiring lecture, and I really hope that it informed other people out there who aren't as familiar with the genre of all the amazing games and all the not so amazing games that have come out over the years. So please stay tuned. I plan on doing a spotlight once a week on a different game. It's not necessarily going to be a review of the game, but it's going to be highlighting what made the game so special, what made it stand out, and how it's become such an important part of the genre over the years. So I hope you tune in again soon for more of the horror game goodness, and I'll see you all later. Alright, peace.